Hello, everyone, and welcome to something a little different. I know I usually reserve Wednesdays for D&D content. Unfortunately, I am still working on the next project. It's gonna take a little bit more effort than I thought it was going to, so I'm still working on it. I should have it ready by next week. So until then, we are going to do something different. I'm going to teach you guys how to play Magic the Gathering, which is kind of D&D adjacent. They're both owned by Wizards of the Coast, but there have been some crossovers. For example, there are actually books for the Theros and Ravnica settings, respectively. So we're going to teach you how to play Magic the Gathering today. Although I say teach you, I'm willing to bet that pretty much most of you know how to play. If you do know how to play and you're watching this, go grab your friend that you're trying to teach how to play and have them watch this video. But if not, it'll just be a nice little refresher course. So what we're going to do is we're going to do bot matches. Mostly, this is MTG Arena, by the way. And we're going to do bot matches mostly because of the fact that I want to be able to talk and explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it and not have to worry about like using timeouts or taking forever. Because if there's one thing I can't stand in this game, is that players that just take forever to do basic stuff. I've literally had people use a timeout to play a land and then pass the turn. On their first turn, mind you, which is like the most common first turn ever, is that you play one land and then you pass. But we're going to go ahead and start with we're just going to do monocolored decks. A lot of people do like to do mixed colored decks. So the first thing you're going to do is look at your opening hand. Ideally, you're going to want at least 2 or 3 lands, and you're going to want to kind of match that up to the cost of your cards. So in this case, I can at least play 2 of my cards straight away, so that's a pretty good opening. Otherwise, if I only had like 1 land and a lot of expensive cards that are like 6 mana, then that would probably not be ideal, and I would want to take a mulligan. I really hate taking mulligans. But to give you an idea, the way you play Magic the Gathering is you have spells. There's different types of spells, so in this case, they're all creature spells that I have right now. And essentially, those symbols on the top right of the card are the mana cost. So to play this card, I need to tap 6 mana altogether. 2 of them have to be white. The other 4 can be any other color I want. But of course, this is a mono deck, so all of my mana is going to be white. You get mana by playing a land, and then to get the mana, you do what's called tapping, which is you kind of turn it sideways, or in the case of the Magic the Gathering Arena, askew. But you can only play 1 land a turn, usually some exceptions. Yeah, and so you play land, and then as you get more land, you can play more and more expensive spells. So let's go ahead and jump in. And we're going to go ahead and use Sparky here, because I do not want him talking. So, most common thing to do, first turn, is play a land. Sometimes you have spells that have a 1 mana cost. And at this point, I think I am just going to go ahead and put my Charmed Stray out. So you see, Charmed Stray has the ability, he has Lifelink, which is a separate ability, but whenever a creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control named Charmed Stray. So if I play another Charmed Stray, it would basically power up this one. In this case, I only have the 1 creature, so it's not going to matter. Lifelink is whenever this creature does damage, I gain health equal to that damage. And that includes other creatures. So let's say he had a creature that had no attack and just toughness, and he would attack, you block. Even though the damage didn't go to the player, I still get the 1 lifelink from the damage. So second turn, we're going to play a second card. We might as well do our Impassioned Orator. So whenever another creature I control enters, I gain 1 life. So now, the Orator has what's called Summoning Sickness. Most creatures will have Summoning Sickness when they enter the field. And that means they can't attack or do any abilities that have tapping as an action. You can, however, activate abilities that have mana cost. So if he had an ability that said, 2 mana and then X happens, you could do that. But right now, Sparky has no creatures. I have a Charm Strike with lifelink, no blockers. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to nick him for 1. And that's going to give me 1 health. Okay. So now he played an instant where the target creature gets -1/-1 until the end of the turn. And gets an additional -1/-1 until end of turn for each card named Compound Fracture and Graveyard. So that's what's called an instant. So you have creature spells, and you can always see where it says right there, human creature, human cleric. And then you have instants, sorceries, and then you have things like enchantments. Instants are the only ones that can be played anytime, along with creatures with flash. Flash is basically a way to make a creature act like an instant where you can play it on your opponent's turn. So in this case, he has a Malakir Coldblade, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Okay, so that's a pretty dangerous one to have. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a Plains. We couldn't, in theory, play our Angel, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this in my hand, and I'm going to attack him, because I have a feeling that he has some sort of card here that he might be able to use for that. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. And he'll either block with this Coldblade and it'll lose, or he won't block and I can just attack directly. Now, for how combat works, you'll see the 2/2 at the bottom right of the card there. The first number is its power. That is going to be how much damage it deals. The 2 is its toughness. That's how much damage it can take. If at the end of combat it has 0 toughness, it dies. Damage is calculated simultaneously. So if he were to block with this Coldblade, then what would happen is I would put 2 damage on this, or 2 damage on him. He would put 1 damage on me, and then calculate the damage at the end. And then if I were to, in this case, he would die, and he would go to the graveyard. But that extra damage doesn't carry over. It's still a blocked creature. Unlike games like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you can say, hey, I want this creature to attack this creature, this creature, this creature, you can only designate a target as a player or a planeswalker unless there's a card that specifically says otherwise. There are a few cards like that. But until then, let's go ahead and launch our attack. Okay, so we didn't sacrifice the Coldblade. So in this case, I am going to do the Angel of Vitality, because for tactical advantage, the creature has to be either blocking or be blocked, in which case, he wasn't, and I'm not going to be able to block with him. So let's get Angel of Vitality out, and that'll give us at least something to work with, and that proc his ability, so I can go light. Which is, okay, so that's just flavor text right there, that doesn't actually mean anything. And you know what? We're going to do a double attack again. I have a feeling he'll block with his Witch's Familiar, because that can destroy my Impassioned Orator. I wouldn't be able to destroy him, though. But again, that's why we're going to have tactical advantage. But my Angel of Vitality has flying, so in this case, they won't be able to get blocked. Because to block a flying creature, you either need a creature with flying or a creature with reach. So now with tactical advantage, put that on Impassioned Orator. And now suddenly my creature can handle hits. Okay, I'll take 1 damage. Okay, things are starting to get a little more dangerous here, because he has his Typhoid Rats. Now I can still attack with Angel of Vitality, because none of his creatures have reach or flying. But I can't really attack because he'll use his Typhoid Rats to block me, and Death Touch means that any damage it does is enough to kill the creature. And at the same time, I do have tactical advantage, but I don't really want to be using that if I don't have to. I would rather take the 1 damage from the Typhoid Rats. So we're going to go to combat, and we're just going to fly over and attack directly. Alright. So in this case, we're going to block with this, declare 1 1 blocker, so now we're going to play our new instant. Well, it's the same instant we did before, but it's just another combo. So we do that, tactical advantage, and then I only take 1 damage. Okay, here we go. Now this deck is coming online. So Hallowed Priest. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So we're going to play him for sure. He comes, I gain life, and he gains +1/+1 because I gain life. And once again, we are going to fly over and attack. Okay, he's got something, I just don't know what. I'm going to go ahead and block with my Hallowed Priest. If I lose him, it's not going to be the end of the world, but I can handle 3 damage. Sparky here's on the back foot. Yep, there we go. Oh, dang. Okay. That was not ideal, but... Oh, that's right, he's got a +1/+1. Okay, well, I gotta start playing something. Yeah, you know, we're gonna keep nicking him. He has a lot of health to make up for, but I have that leeway. What I really need is some land to get my other creatures out. Yeah, we're not gonna take that damage. Okay, finally we have another tactical advantage, so we're gonna be using that. I'm actually going to not attack. In this case, we're going to block with her, and then we're going to tactical advantage again. But I want that Cold Blade gone. That's his strongest creature. Again, I can keep taking 2 damage and getting nicked left and right. I can't keep having that guy get stronger. Okay, I'm not going to block her. Just going to take that. Okay, Fashion Order. Again, I would really like 1 more mana so I can get one of my powerful creatures out. I've had them since the beginning of the game. There we go, now we're talking. Okay, now which one of these do I want? Whenever 1 or more creatures you control attack, they gain indestructible till the end of the turn. Whenever a creature you control with 2 or less power enters, you gain 1 life and draw 1 card. That would have been useful a long time ago. I think I'm going to go with this one. Now I have to wonder, does indestructible effects that say destroy don't destroy a permanent with indestructible, and if it's a creature, it can't be destroyed by damage. Death touch, any amount of damage. Ah, okay. So if I attack, my creature should be immune to the death touch because they'll have indestructible. In theory. It worked. Okay. Sometimes you gotta know the legalese of this all, so now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play our commander, but it's not gonna greatly matter because this is game right here. There we go. And that's victory with an all-white deck. Now the other thing to consider is that each color kind of has like a theme going on. White is kind of all about order and law and goodness, so you'll see like a lot of like knights and angels. Blue is kind of more about intelligence and being clever. So white strategies usually rely on a lot of smaller, weaker, cheaper creatures with maybe 1 or 2 strong ones to boost them or back them up. Blue, on the other hand, is a little bit the same. It's a lot of weaker creatures, but they make up for it for a lot of strong sorcery, instant, and enchantment cards basically things that are going to enhance their creatures with magic, or creatures with abilities like flying that allow them to just bypass typical creatures. So now we're going to go ahead and start.
Now let's play.
I have to mute Sparky every time. Okay, I have a feeling something's up, but I'm going to go ahead and fall for the bait anyway, because he can't destroy my Sworn Guardian, because he can only do 2 damage to them. My Sworn Guardian can't destroy them, because they can only do 1 damage. So I'm going to block, and I have a feeling they're going to play an instant. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to bring out our Warden of Evo's Isle. I'm not going to block that, I'll take the 3 damage. You know, we're going to go ahead. I was going to unsummon that, but I think I'm going to go to Octoprophet, just because that's going to give me a good defense. He'll have to, again, do the risky move of, you know, doing a 3-3 versus a 3-3. And in the meantime, I can bypass him and just start nicking him for 2 damage. Although I can't do that anymore. Yeah, I'm going to do that because, you know what? At a minimum, it's going to force him to burn a card. Meanwhile, I am just getting tons of mana, and I have another Octoprophet to replace that. Okay, we're gonna keep that. So now we're gonna unsummon that stupid Sentinel Spider, because that has reach. I do not want it blocking my Warden. So with that, I have now taken the lead, albeit by just 1 health. Rumbling Baloth. Okay, that's not great. Okay, let's see. We have 4. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're just gonna fly and nickel. I want to make sure I have defenses. Can I take 4? You know what? I want to eliminate that thing. I don't like it. I'm going to have a strong creature next turn. I would rather keep Waterskin Shaman. Which, that's the other thing, is you can block a creature with multiple creatures, but you can't have one creature block multiples. So in this case, we're going to do a Real Master Sphinx. So that's a nice 5/5, so that's going to be safe from the Sentinel Spider. And then I can return a non-land target creature and opponent controls to their hand. So I won't even have to do that, because I'm just going to send this Sentinel Spider back. And then we're going to go ahead and nick him for another 2. Now he has to wait. Oh, he's not... Oh, I guess he does have the mana. Oh, he's not going to put out the Sentinel Spider? That seems very... Okay, you know what? I'm going to do that because that's going to let me draw a whole new hand. Alright. And now, 7 damage. He's got nothing he can do for that. Wow, there we go. Now he wastes the Baloth attack after. Oh no, what damage will I do? Oh, well, let's see what we can do here to... Okay, let's go ahead, we're just going to unsummon the spider again. In theory, it would still be a win, because if I attack with both, he would have had to block 1. It's a 4/4. He blocks Riddle Master Sphinx, it dies and he takes 2. And he lives 1 more turn, but his spider is gone, and that's his ace right now. If he blocks that, he would have taken 5 damage from the little Riddle Master Sphinx, and that would have been game, because that's 5 damage. And I'm going to go ahead and throw that out. And it's always a good idea, but like this seems like overkill, because we know for a fact he's not going to be able to do anything. But the fact of the matter is, like again, he has 1 card, and it shows in his hand what it is, because we've seen it. You can't always rely on that, because you never know what they have in their hand. So always, even if it looks like victory's going to come, just always play like there's going to be 1 more turn. Take those actions, and that's game. So you can see right there, like, blue, lot of powerful spells and enchantments. None of the creatures were particularly strong, but they were effective when I matched them with my spells. So black is interesting, and to me I feel like this is the color that's hardest to pin down, because it's supposed to be about death and decay. A lot of their effects are things like Death Touch, or they have things like Murder here, where it's destroy target creature. We've already encountered Compound Fracture. So just little things like that. They have like a lot of abilities that allow you to pay life
so remember
for an
to have
ability.
fun.
Might Sparky. In this case, we unfortunately have stronger creatures, so we're going to be at this a bit. Yeah, you know, we're going to Compound Fracture that, okay. Normally I try and save cards like that, but we're up against Sparky, who isn't exactly the brightest spark in the bunch. And then, you know what? So here's where it's interesting. So I have this instant called Murder, to destroy a target creature. It's 3 mana. Mana untaps at the beginning of your turn. So, if I cast this now, I can cast it, destroy his creature, and then my turn starts, and oh, look at that, I have all my mana back now. So it does often pay to have a, an instant that you can play on your turn. See, beginning of your instant, okay, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and throw that out. So here's what we're going to do. So Skeleton Archer, when this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to any target. So we're going to play that. And then we're going to have him as the target. And then this guy has flying, so he can't be blocked. Oh, there we go. It's going to be something. Still, that would have been nice to get Savage Gorger up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and murder the zombies. This seems like overkill, but again, we're playing with very basic monocolored decks here. And he'll probably block. Yep, there we go. Oh! Touché! Wait, did that give it indestructible? Oh yeah, indestructible. You know what? Well played, Sparky. Well played. Oh, and now I'm at the point where I don't have cards to play. I don't like this. Okay. Here we go. Now I can play some. So let's see. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, we're gonna pop that out. That's a nice strong creature. And it'll only get stronger the more swamps I have. So we're gonna kind of play defensively for now. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. I do not want Malakir Coldblade getting stronger. We're gonna get rid of him. And then you know what? Sparky has no cards, so he can't have any instants. He would have to take, even if he blocked with 2 creatures, he wouldn't be able to destroy me. So we're going to attack. I either deal 6 damage or he blocks, which he did block. Oh, I'm short. Okay. We're gonna do this. And now what we're gonna do is play defensively, because he's not gonna block. But if I can get him to attack, or believe he can attack, that will power up my Cold Blade here. Ooh, okay, here we go. So Compound Fracture. -1/-1 till the end of the turn, and an additional -1/-1 till the end of the turn for each card named Compound Fracture graveyard. So that's 2 damage, which is overkill, but let's start knackering these creatures. So +1/+1 counter, and then we're still not going to attack. We're going to bide our time. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be powerful. So Demon of Loathing, Flying Trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature of their choice. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go on the offensive now. So I got some blockers, I got some health going. Oh, here we go, Savage Gorger. So this is where it's really going to come online, because he's going to start getting +1/+1. So I'm not even going to attack with those. I'm just going to attack with... Actually, you know what? This is game because that's flying. But you can see where this kind of comes online, because it's going to deal combat damage. They have to sacrifice a creature. That creature dies. Cold Blade gets a +1/+1 counter, and because that dealt damage, then Savage Gorger is going to get a +1/+1 counter. But because this is going to be game, it's over. But you can kind of see how it all works together. It's all about feeding that decay and making sure that things die, even if it's your things. There's actually a nice red-black combo deck. It has a creature where if you sacrifice a creature of a certain type, you can put a +1/+1 counter on this other creature. So it works out really nice. Alright. So next we're going to go for the mono red deck. Okay. So now the red deck is all about offensive spells. It's going to be about attacking fast and hard. It's essentially a blitzkrieg deck. So yeah, you'll see.
Get ready for some friendly competition.
Yeah, we know. Okay, so a lot of their creatures are about... They also have a lot of weaker creatures, but they do tend to have stronger offensive creatures, like Siege Dragon here. So if you put Street Cadet out, whenever this creature becomes blocked, create a 1/1 red goblin token creature. So in a lot of ways, you almost want to attack with him, even if you know he's going to lose, because then you're going to get 2 creatures that are essentially just like him. So let's see, Goblin Thunderbird. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. Okay, so this is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and attack with the Street Cadet. He might block, but at the same time, Woodland Mystic is about mana generation, so he might decide to spare them. Oh no, he's going to go for it. We got a couple stronger spells here, but we can't cast them this yet. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to tap this guy, use it on our goblin. He now can't be blocked, so we're going to get to keep him around. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, Molten Ravager. This creature gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn. Goblin Gang Leader. When this creature enters, create 2 1/1 goblin creature tokens. Whenever another creature you control enters, that creature gets +1 haste to the end of the turn. Okay, we're not going to worry about Ogre Battle Driver. What we are going to worry about is Goblin Gang Leader, because that's going to give us a lot more disposable tokens that we can use to block. Rocket Bolt. Now he attacks with that Bailoff. We're going to use all three of these guys to block. Okay, that puts a damper on the plan. Okay, Sacrificial Goblin. Okay, so we've got that here. What do we have? Molten Ravager. Yeah, you know, we need some strong creatures going out here. Oh, jeez. Green Deck is probably not the best to go against. Okay. You know what? We're gonna destroy that Rumbling Bailoff. Sadly, the other thing about... Oh, come on! Okay, I am definitely on the back foot of this match. Yeah, you know, we need creatures out, like, now. Yeah, we're gonna go full defensive right now. Okay. Goblin. Oh, I passed one. So Goblin's gonna block that. They both die. We're going to block you. And then I'm gonna sacrifice that Nest Robber. Still gonna take damage, but it's gonna confess that leech. Come on, Anna. Yes, okay. Here we go, Sea Dragon. So flying. This creature enters, destroy all walls your opponent controls. Whenever this creature attacks, if defending player controls no walls, it deals 2 damage to each creature without flying in that player's control. And you know what? We're gonna stay on the defensive for now. You know what? No, I don't. Cast the blockers. We're gonna just sacrifice that Goblin Tunneler. Okay, what do we have here? Storm Strike. Okay. So let's... Okay, let's do this. This is probably... I might actually lose this one. Oh yeah, we're gonna be losing this one. He's gonna take out the Molten Ravager. Oh no, why the Dragon? And this creature instrument. Not like I can block that anyway. Why did he do that? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to use this to give it 5, and because it gets first strike, it's going to deal that damage first. And then I can survive 7 damage. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. Okay, I think I can pull off the win. I just gotta be careful. Okay, oh. Okay, I gotta make sacrifices. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. block that Bailoff. And then we're going to block with the Street Cadet. I can't attack. If I attack, I'm definitely dead. Oh, here we go. Okay. Wait, hold on. Let's think. 2 damage to any target. Yeah, you know what? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna trap him. We're gonna attack the dragon. That'll destroy the Wildwood Patrol. Next turn, he attacks the Bailoff, thinking, oh, I can take that Street Cadet, and that 2 trample damage will be enough. Until I... Oh, wait, but will I still take the trample damage if he dies? Okay, no, we're gonna take the risk. We're gonna... Well, no, we're not gonna take the risk. Because if that trample damage goes through, I'm done. Okay, do your worst. Oh no, it's not gonna do his worst. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Oh wait. Oh! You know what? I'm overthinking this. Deal shock to that. Now, when this dragon attacks, he does 2 damage to everything, wiping them out. There we go. Then you know what? Attack all. This is game. Whew. Okay, that was a close one. Alright. So yeah, so that's right. As you can see, it's all about offense. Like, I had to go on the defense for a while, but that's just because he laid out some really strong creatures that were pretty cheap. Alright, but now it's our turn to have the green creatures. So green is all about a couple different things. It's pretty much supposed to symbolize growth, but you have a lot of creatures like the Elysian Caryatid here, where you put them in, but you treat, they're kind of like land. You're meant to tap them and get mana from them, but then you have a lot of stronger creatures that have very powerful effects, like we saw what this guy did. Merfolk Shaman, not as powerful, but they can have really strong creatures. Like, we're talking about like anywhere from like 6/6 to like 11/12 kind of power creatures. So
It's a game.
they're expensive.
So remember to have fun.
But again, the deck is all built around having that extra mana to get those strong creatures out fast. Alright, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna start getting things going. Alright, so as you can see here, if I didn't have that creature, I would not be able to summon the Rumbling Bailoff. But, because this guy can give me mana, I can now play him. And now, it's turn 3, and I have a 4/4 on the field. Or, yeah, 4/4 on the field. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put that guy out. So then we can get rid of one of those cold blades. Nice and easy. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna, well, no, because if he blocks with those 2, then I'm gonna be down to Bailoff. I don't want to do that. Not yet, anyway. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna play another one, because I don't want that flying guy anywhere near my cards. I would rather deal with the Malkir Cold Blade. So you know know what, we're gonna attack, because he's gonna have to make some difficult choices as to what to block. Yeah, so even though I'm gonna lose this affectionate Indrik, he's gonna lose his Malakir Coldblade, and that's his powerful card, or at least it would be. So let's do Colossal Majesty. I will take the ability to draw cards. And then let's get some more mana generation going. Oh yeah, you know what, let's go ahead. Actually, hold on, so World Shaper. Yeah, we're gonna save that for the World Shaper. Just in case. Now we have to destroy Dark Creature. That's okay, I'll still take 4 damage on his end. That's almost a quarter of his health. He's down in cards. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's get that land out. Gigantosaurus. It's a 10/10 for only 5 mana. That's how powerful this kind of deck is. And you know what? I take it back. We're gonna put down the Gigantosaurus. Yeah, why not? There we go. Oh, I forgot to put it in. We're going to go ahead and do World Shaper now. Not that it matters, because this right here is pretty much going to game. Because I doubt any instant he has. Oh no, whatever it was. That's game. There we go. Green can be really powerful if everything aligns right. In fact, I think one of my favorite decks, I call it the Paul Bunyan deck. I forget the name of the actual card, but it's essentially a guy that you play him. He's a legendary creature, and he comes with an Ox creature that its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. So it's really powerful. But yeah, so anyway, that is Magic the Gathering. This game itself is Magic the Gathering Arena. I honestly kind of find it hit or miss, but if you want to get cards that you'd otherwise be spending money for, it's sometimes worth it to play the game and just, like, I already did the daily quest, but, you know, it's worth it to kind of come in, do the dailies, get some coins, and then save up for the virtual packs in the store. I mean, you could always spend actual money to get the coins to get the virtual packs, but I don't like to do that. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys kind of have an idea of how to play Magic the Gathering now. A lot of it is mostly just knowing that you put the lands down, you tap the lands to play the spells, you know, and that's all there is to it. Other than that, it's just following the instructions on the card and knowing when you can play what. Pretty much instant and flash creatures are anytime. You can play those anytime. Sorcery and your run-of-the-mill spells are just any time that, you know, is your turn. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. I will have some D&D stuff next week. The second I close this, I'm going to get back to working on that project. So I hope you guys end up liking that. Until then, do all the YouTube things, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to keep doing what makes you awesome. Thank you very much, and goodbye.